Good morning. A couple of years ago, when the Seahawks went to the Super Bowl, in the playoff game, there was a play that happened, and at the end of the play, the one player from the Seahawks went to the player from the other team, and he asked the question, "Are you mad, bro?" And it was a defining moment in the history of the playoffs for the Seahawks. And that little phrase has stuck around. "Are you mad, bro?" Ecclesiastes 7 verse 9 says, "Control your temper, for anger labels you a fool." So let me ask some questions. Does an angry person make a good spouse? Does an angry person make a good employee? Or does an angry person make a good church member? Or even a good driver? And let me be clear about something. Nothing makes you angry. Anger is a choice. Yes, it's difficult to control. I understand that. But there are ways to do that. Praying about your anger is a vital step, as well as learning triggers that cause your anger. And anger is what psychologists and counselors call a secondary emotion, meaning that anger is a mask for a primary emotion that we're experiencing. And we choose anger because we don't realize something else is actually going on in our lives. And anger is a much easier choice. It's easier to be angry than it is to say, "I'm feeling isolated, I'm feeling lonely, I'm feeling rejected." See, I can avoid dealing with hurt feelings if I mask it with anger. We often choose anger to avoid feelings of vulnerability. Ephesians 4:26 and 27 says, "Don't sin by letting anger control you. Don't let the sun go down while you're still angry, for anger gives a foothold to the devil." Now, healthy anger gives people momentum to produce change. It can get you out of a bad situation. Even if it's appropriately used, you can use anger to create social change. But unhealthy anger is when you refuse to take responsibility for what you've done wrong. You replace your guilt with anger. And it becomes sinful when it's motivated by pride, and it becomes unproductive. It distorts the purpose of God in your life. And then when you hold on to anger, everything goes bad. One obvious sign that anger has turned to sin is when, instead of attacking the problem that's going on in your life, you attack the person that's the wrongdoer, if you will. Anger becomes sin when it boils over without restraint, and it multiplies hurt, leaves devastation. Anger becomes sin when the angry person refuses to calm down, or they hold a grudge. We can handle anger biblically by returning good for evil. That's the key to changing anger into love. Actions come from our heart. We can change our feelings towards someone by changing how we choose to act towards that person. James 1:19 and 20 said, "You must all be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to get angry. Human anger does not produce the righteousness God desires." So today might be a good day to do a heart check and see what choices we are making with our anger. God bless.